All right, here now with more TMZ founder Harvey Levin is with us. Harvey, all right, so we have the glove. We have a third letter. Of course, TMZ, you are right in the middle of that. Let's start with the letter you received today and the differences between this and the first letter you received.
Well, the first letter was a ransom letter, and it had a Bitcoin address. And as we told you yesterday, Sean, there was activity in that account. This letter that we got this morning is not a ransom letter. It is a letter saying that this person who wrote it knows the identity of the kidnapper. And for the price of 1 Bitcoin, that person will disclose the information. The person gives a Bitcoin address. We have checked it all day. So far, there is no Bitcoin that has been deposited, as you said, worth about $67,000. If this is a hoax, it's a crime. It is criminal fraud. But we turn this over to the FBI and the Sheriff's Department.
Oh, and thank you for doing that. And I know you've been helping authorities as much as you possibly can. I know it's played a big role in all this. The odd thing about that, when I read, you know, 1 Bitcoin, you're right. I just looked at the price. It's $67,000, $67,500. And I'm thinking, well, they're offering a reward of $50,000, and you're not risking going to jail. Why? It made no sense to me.
Let me give you a hypothesis on that. So there have been situations recently, actually, where a reward was offered by federal authorities, but when the person was captured, there was some controversy over whether the people who helped capture that person should get the reward or not. And there were a lot of people who were upset about that because they didn't get the reward. So it may be that this person knows that it's not a sure thing, and doing it this way is a bird in the hand.
You know, I would think everybody wants to be all hands on deck. You'd like to believe the best in people, right? If you can help, if you have information, you don't want to charge for it. You want to go all in and help the family out, help your fellow American out. It doesn't make any sense. Okay.
I'm more cynical than you.
Go ahead. I want to continue.
I'm more cynical than you.
Well, you were cynical last night when I said to you, I know you used to be a lawyer, and you said, I still am, in a private conversation we had, which made me laugh out loud. Let me ask you about the FBI, what they're looking for based on the video and also the note today. I mean, when you put that all together, because more than anybody that I know in this case, you've been in contact with law enforcement. What are they looking for today? And I want to remind people at home, too, that it was only yesterday that we got this breakthrough, this video. I know people want a conclusion. It's not Dateline. This is real life. It's hard to catch criminals. They're doing the best they can. It's all hands on deck. But what is the FBI looking for based on what you can put together?
Well, I can tell you we have spoken with law enforcement about this, and they are clearly looking at the items this person was wearing. And 3 things in particular we're told. The backpack that he's wearing, the gloves, and the gun. So let me talk about 2 of these things. The backpack, we did some digging, and we found that the backpack looks like a Walmart Ozark Trail hiker backpack. And what you see is there are reflective pieces on the backpack that match this Walmart backpack. One of the television stations in Tucson, KOLD, said today that, late today, that indeed the law enforcement believes it is that Walmart backpack that the person was wearing. That's important because one of the things that law enforcement does, and frankly that we've done, is you call around to stores in the area and find out, is there anybody that bought one of these recently that they remember? Now the FBI can come in and they can have a subpoena and they could have them look at their records. And even if somebody pays cash, you can look at when they came in and then look at the surveillance video, which is how they've caught people before. They could do the same with Amazon to try and track it. Now, let me tell you about the gun, Sean, because I think this is really interesting. We had our people look at this very, very closely. This looks like the person has the gun in a polyester holster. Now, it's important because typically people who have a polyester holster carry a revolver in it. In this case, it was a semi-automatic handgun. And I don't know enough about guns, but people who do say it's unusual to put a semi-automatic in that kind of a holster. So we started calling gun ranges in the area to find out if anybody happened to see this, because people familiar with guns might have noticed, oh, that person has a weird gun in that holster, maybe. And so we weren't able to find anything, but I can tell you the FBI is doing exactly the same thing as is the Sheriff's Department.
Well, it's interesting. I picked up on that as well. I've had a pistol carry permit my entire adult life. I've had it in 6 different states. I have one in the free state of Florida. The placement of that weapon caught my attention. I don't know anybody that has ever put a weapon in front like that, unless it might be in a kind of fanny pack, but that, of course, would be sealed and covered and you wouldn't see it. But your friend's observation is dead on accurate also. So that caught my attention. What can you tell us? There's been a search in the Foothill area in and around the Guthrie home. You getting any details on that?
One of the things I'm told they have been really trying to get is some video of the vehicle that this person used to arrive there and then leave. And I am told that as of this afternoon, they have come up goose eggs. They just haven't found anything where they have that vehicle. There were reports about a suspicious vehicle at a market nearby, but law enforcement tells me that they're still looking because the vehicle could be just critical here, but they have not been able to locate a vehicle that aligns with this person.
All right, there is hope. Fox News Digital is reporting they have 2 gloves, not just the one, that I don't know how many people are wearing gloves in Tucson. I don't know. There's been a cold snap in the country. Maybe it was cold there for a while. But certainly that could be a break in the case. That could lead to fingerprints. That could lead to DNA. We could always hope on that part of it. We really appreciate your time, Harvey. Great work as always, and your cooperation with the...
Can I just say one thing before I leave?
Yeah.
You know, if these gloves are the real deal, it's going to be a huge thing if they find DNA. It's just weird to me that somebody who took enough care to completely cover themselves, to presumably try and cover their tracks. It's one thing if you drop one glove, a la O.J. Simpson, but if you drop both of them after you're gone, there's just something weird about that.
The only thing, and I'll get into this a little bit more with Nancy Grace, and we spoke earlier today, and I just want to remind people, it was only yesterday that we got this big break in the case. After 10 long, hard days, they got the break. And I've got to believe that that reverse AI lighting video that they put out, where you can really get a good glimpse into the eyes and the features of this individual, I think ultimately that breaks the case. That's my hope. That's my prayer. I hope it happens sooner than later. And obviously that Nancy Guthrie is home, safe and sound, back with her family. That's our hope.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I know you are. All right, Harvey, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.